a music recommendation with me, Susie B.
Me, Pete.
I might sound a bit strange because I'm actually sitting at a very awkward angle because the cat has decided it wants to sleep under the chair right under my feet,
Yes,
and I
and
can't
you
move my
can't
chair
move
on
the chair.
myself.
So,
Can't move myself either.
right, at the moment you should be watching, if all goes to plan, a quick drive. We didn't actually drive that fast, David. We did obey the speed limit at all times, and we don't drink and drive. Just want to put that out there. It may look like we're doing about 100 down to 30, but honestly we're not. Other people do though in Morton. They tend to speed a lot. But this drive is on the way to the Rollright Stones, which is virtually 10-15 minutes away from us. We're quite lucky where we are.
We are actually trying out a new system today.
Yes, CapCut, where I've edited my video on DaVinci Resolve because I was having a bit of problems with CapCut, even though Smarty Pants Susan has loaded up CapCut and got it working straight away. On my my computer, it doesn't work properly, so I had to use DaVinci Resolve to render the video, and now I've got it into CapCut and we're doing a voiceover recording.
I did tell you I'm one of those. It's something to do with what's wrong with me.
Yes.
But you need to show me something. Sometimes I need to be shown several times, but some things I can pick up easily.
Shown the door and shown everything.
No, it is. It's to be serious. Now I can pick things up.
There are words for people like you, aren't there? But you're not allowed to use them on the internet or on the radio because they're slightly probably illegal and offensive.
You usually call me a clever dick or a big head.
Yes, well.
And then you usually want to measure the size of my head.
Yes, was people like you that end up in serial killers.
Hang on, I think she's moved. Can you have a look?
Oh, I think she's gone. Yeah.
Hang on, I can move.
Well, I don't know where she's gone.
Hang on, I can move again.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, right.
So now we are
walking up to the Nightstone. You should be seeing. That's the Nightstone we were going up to.
Yeah, we're walking from the main entrance, which is where you turn right at the main entrance, which is the main Rollright Stones.
And then you turn left and you see the stone circle. Now the stone circle, we had a real good laugh.
You don't turn left and see the stone circle, you turn right. I just said that.
Well, no, because you go in...
And you go right.
All right, then the right is... come on, I got trouble with my left and right. So it's...
Can you see what I mean about people like Susan on serial killers hit list? They're so frustratingly annoying. She is. It's just unbelievable.
I thought I would be a kidnapper's nightmare.
They wouldn't give you back. They wouldn't kidnap you for ransom, would they? They'd say, for God's sake, is £500,000, take her back, please.
Oh, that's nice to know. I'm worth £5,000.
500,000.
500,000.
Go on,
I just misheard you, didn't I?
Kingstone you was talking about. Carry on.
No, the Kingstone's across the road.
Right, well, what are we walking up to now then?
The Nightstones.
The Nightstones. Explain
the Nightstone. Yeah, if you're seeing that was Pete being cheeky on about witches. He said, I wonder if we'll see a witch, and he turned the camera around and there was me.
Explain why.
Because the story is that the king... I can't think what the story is now. Hang on.
Oh, this is a professional person who reckons to know all about history, writes books on history, and can't even tell you a simple tale.
No, but it's on my YouTube channel.
Well, we're not on about that.
No, but it is on my YouTube channel. It is.
It's
It's basically a witch pops up and she says to him, "If you can see Long Compton, and that I shall be king," right? And he takes several steps forward, and he doesn't. He doesn't see. Basically, a wall.
That's it. That's story over. Explained really well, Susan.
A wall of stone just turns up, and he's turned to stone. Basically, the stones that we're walking to up here are the Whispering Knights. Now, the Whispering Knights, I'm not quite sure what the Whispering Knights have got to do with it, but the Whispering Knights are meant to be a group of knights that was sitting around either praying or they were. Oh God, what's that word? Plotting against their king.
Against dyslexic people.
Plotting against. No, because you cut me off. I didn't know. You didn't say that you were going to ask me to do this.
Well, I am asking you to do this.
Yeah, and it's me trying to remember everything that we did the other day.
Talking about asking to do something, you got an interesting note the other day, didn't you? Explain from our lovely, amazing Alana, who works to Notice and Bell, best coffee shop in Morton in the Marsh. She passed on a message to a literary club group, didn't she? Go on.
Yeah, it's from Shipton on Stour up the road. It's she's the
Founder.
no, she's the vice chairman of the Literature Society for that branch, and they want me to contact them about giving a talk, and I think it's about our Miss Deeds book.
Yeah, plus we give a copy of that and Luna to Alana in a coffee shop.
But obviously there are problems associated with that. One,
you can't talk properly.
No, when it comes to doing things in front of an audience, I will make an absolute fool of myself. I've never done anything like that before. The only experience I've got is actually recording shows like this.
And that's bad enough. I mean, if this is anything to go by.
Well, no, I am really trying, but when you know that somebody...
Oh, God, you are so trying.
No,
yes.
but it's hard to explain, but when you know somebody is going to hear you speaking, and you try
you got no worries there, because there's only David and Bernie that listen.
No, but you know that you get so... I get so wound up worrying what people going to think and what they're going to think of me, and do they think I'm stupid? And I do lie awake at night thinking, well, I've had this conversation with somebody today, and I think, have I made myself an idiot?
Did I say the wrong thing? Did I look stupid?
Yeah, did I? And
was my hair all right?
No, but with me, it's
no. But you keep second guessing yourself because you're not sure.
No,
and can I just say that is a big problem of having this, and it is a disability. It's not like people just push this under the carpet. Ooh, there's nothing wrong with you. If you can't generally see something with people, if they've got a leg missing, an arm missing, you know they've got a disability. When it comes to something like this, people just assume there's nothing wrong with you, or you are just stupid, lazy, or incompetent. But it's not. It really is a massive hindrance, isn't it, for you?
Yeah, I mean,
you get flustered anyway, and with lots of people, so do I. I don't like being in crowds. It really, really irritates me, and I can't stand it. And I think the worst thing is, if you're in a big crowd of people, when everybody's talking, you can hear all the conversations coming from different directions, and it just sounds like a massive noise, and it makes you start having a panic attack, and you want to get out.
That's what I said. It's very nice of them to ask, and it's very nice to be considered and all, but how do you explain to somebody that's being nice to you, and you know, it's
really difficult thing.
How do you explain to them that you've never spoken in public before, and you're most probably going to feel like you made it... I must probably be ill for a week before and a week after.
That's what you was reading, weren't you? They have actors in there talking, doing talks, and other artists and all sorts.
And you look at then you sort of start comparing yourself. What sort of people's going to be there? You know, there's going to be... I'm not stupid, but I feel stupid, you know?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
because I don't...
So the trouble is, a lot of people have made me feel stupid, and I know a lot of people have made you feel stupid. Your mum did, didn't she, all the time, putting you down?
Yeah.
And I think when that happens to you when you're young, it sticks with you, doesn't it? Because your parents are meant to encourage you and want the best for you. If they have not had much, which most... our sort of ages, most of our parents didn't have any money unless you come from one of the rich families. Then
I come from a poor family.
Stuck up bitch, aren't you, or something? If you are with a silver spoon shoved somewhere.
Yeah.
But if you're not, most parents of our sort of age group, they don't have much money. They get by on what they've got, and they never had all this family allowance and credit that thousands of pounds they get now in child benefits and credit. It's disgusting. My mum never had that. I think she had like £3 or £4 child family allowance.
Yeah, my mum did.
There was no working tax credits and all that, and they get hundreds and hundreds now, and they still say they can't afford to live, and that's why some people knock out kids left, right, and centre. And we know some.
We sort of gone off the chat.
I know. I'm just saying, it's really difficult when you're put down. That's what I'm saying. You was put down by your family, weren't they, and made to make fun of.
Yeah, it's just.
And it doesn't make it easier when you're later in life because it sticks with you.
Well,
you were bullied basically by your mum.
Yeah.
And that's the person that should be sticking up for you and making you feel you can do anything you want, not bullying you and calling you stupid and thick and all, what she did.
I know.
And in front of the teachers, didn't she?
I know, yeah. It's just that I do enjoy doing these things. I love it.
Yeah.
I really do.
It's
If you
difficult,
get
isn't
me,
it?
if you get me started on something, you can ask Pete, and I will. And Paul David. David's has met me, and he's.
Well, the thing is, you research everything for days and days or weeks and weeks till you get it right, and then when you try to get it out, it comes out in a bit of a jumble sometimes.
Yeah, it's all written
It's
down.
all in there.
It's
isn't
all
it?
in there.
It's all in there. Your head. You could write loads of books.
We've come up to the Nightstones now. These
Go
are
on then, you carry on then.
these are the
bit of
whispering.
video now.
Yeah, these are the Whispering Nights. But if you do go over to my channel, which is the Dyslexic Explorer's Notebook, because I've changed my
Change your
name. But if you go over there, I do explain a lot of it on there. And if anybody noticed on this video, I actually look quite tidy and smart for a change.
You did, yes.
Yes. See, that's the other thing. That's the other problem I've got. I don't feel that I fit in the way I dress and the way... It's not just the way I speak. It's the way I feel awkward in myself.
I've always felt,
Yeah.
And that's a big part, isn't it, of having not only dyslexia, but having social anxiety.
Yeah.
And again, it comes back to people being bullies and not understanding.
No,
There's a few people out there who've got it. We know a few people have got it, and they understand, don't they, how difficult it can be. But other people look at it thinking, well, how difficult is it to go outside and do these things? It's easy, but it's not.
But as I said, I enjoy it. I would really, but
And it's a lot
I
of fun.
think I would need like a protective wall, if you know what I mean. I would have to have a lot of support, wouldn't I, to do it?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, we better say some music. We haven't said no music yet.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I haven't even picked a playlist. I just bang something out and then I'll do it after.
Oh, I'd pull it over this.
Yeah, well, we'll
let's have
pick some music and then I'll put the playlist on after. But we're meant to
Some,
be doing music, but
Olivia Newton-John.
yeah, some Olivia Newton-John,
Amy Winehouse.
Blondie, because the drummer
Yes.
passed away. Blondie's drummer passed away this week. That's very sad.
Yes. Oh, this is the bit. This is really fun. This is the bit that's coming up now. This is the bit.
What, you're going in the edge?
No, that was you in the edge.
That was me.
That's me over there.
That's because you just pushed me over again on my bad leg.
Oh, you liar.
That's why I'm in the edge, look.
No, but this bit was really fun, and this is on my video. So if you go over to the
You cheated.
the Dyslexic Explorer's Notebook, right, you'll see this. This was really fun because the legend says that no man can count the stones 3 times and get the same number. And on there, I'll tell you a story about it. But that stone now, just there, not that one, but the one Pete's gone.
That's where we started. But
yeah.
we won't tell you what happens. Go and look at Susan. If you want to find out, go and look at Susan's dyslexic notebook, and then you'll see what we did. Because otherwise, if you tell them now, they won't want to watch it.
Yeah, we come back now. See, we're gone now.
Oh, now, yeah, we're leaving now.
We did that quick
Look how fast I'm driving there.
Because this was really a nice drive back as well. But what we done was, Pete said, well, let's not put the video up on here and tell you what happens, because it'd be a shame for you not to go and have a look, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because I mean, otherwise you won't get it. You know, it's on there. You explain it better on there because you're doing a video.
Yeah,
so,
and I really did well. Amazingly, it was one of the times that I did actually do very well, wasn't it?
Yes, it is.
I was quite proud of myself.
We're on our way to Lower Slaughter now, so when we get there...
Are you sure this is not on the way back from...
It might be, but in a minute it cuts to going to Lower Slaughter, so you should see it going... It's probably going back.
Yeah, because we come back...
it was, yeah, but we are going to go to Lower Slaughter.
It was a lovely light drive back though, wasn't it, from the Rollright?
Yeah, because I went a different way back from what I normally do.
But yeah, so we went to Lower Slaughter, and that was interesting because... It says drive to Lower Slaughter. But... that was interesting as well because we went on a little walk that we never knew about, did we?
No, and I found another one we're going to do soon.
Yeah,
it's a lovely walk down by the water, which you'll see on this video when we get there.
We didn't actually go that far. We didn't because of your foot.
Yeah.
Because he's still having trouble with aches and pains on.
And also, I was testing out a camera and I had trouble with it. The batteries were fully charged the night before and they died. So I couldn't take all the photos I wanted to, which is really frustrating.
Yeah, we're coming up to Slaughter now.
Right, so, okay, what we do now, well, I'm going to stop it and we'll put Bernie on.
Okay.
Shall we put Bernie on?
Yeah,
and then we'll come back. This is the water now.
Yeah, it's really nice walk. You can actually walk all the way to Bolton on the Water. Again, if you go over to my channel, because my channel I speak on, Pete's channel he doesn't talk on, so if you go to my channel, you will get the chat on it.
Yeah, I should tell you tell them about... If there's any history there or anything you find, you will explain it.
Yeah.
On mine, I just do the walking and I put some music on it because I'm not a big fan of talking on videos.
Yeah. Well, nor am I, but Bernie has encouraged me to do it.
Thank you to Bernie, because he
said it'd be nice to hear you.
He has given us lots of encouragement, because he does some amazing videos on his Station Master's Choice Walk commentaries and more. Yeah. Some amazing videos Bernie's got up. And he's a really good storyteller, isn't he?
Yeah,
sorry. It's a chair, it's not Luna.
Oh, sorry, I thought the cat was attacking me.
Okay, what we do, we'll stop talking now and we're going to put Bernie on. He's doing his last reading for us from Spike Milligan's book.
Which is really funny.
Which is fantastic. And then hopefully we'll think of some more things if he still wants to do it. We'd love him to carry on doing some readings for us, because it's amazing. Bernie's got much better voice,
I said
to be truthful, than us. Oh, well, than me, sorry, not us.
Anybody's got a better voice than me.
Well, let's put Bernie on now, and then we'll be back in a minute and waffle on and bore you some more.
Okay.
I think I'm finally beginning to understand why it's been so difficult for me to read Spike Milligan's war memoirs. Reading his poetry and short stories is one thing, but to read his memoirs, I think, requires... You have to read it and imagine as you're reading it, and you have to have seen, heard, and appreciated Spike Milligan over the years. And there's less and less people around who know that. And so, to be honest with you, unless you're Spike Milligan, I don't think anybody can read these type of his books with anywhere near any sense, I think, of what he's trying to convey. I've made a bit of an effort, but quite frankly, from my own personal point of view, I'm not up to the task. My name's not Spike Milligan. However, having had a couple of weeks' break from it, I will just read one last little bit, which sort of sums up military life, and then I'll have to have another think very seriously if Pete and Susie still want me to carry on reading what we're going to do next. But I just thought I'd read this bit to you because it's interesting, if not absurdly funny. It's all about jankers. Milligan writes, "Jankers can be painful. Usually means confined to barracks and menial tasks like, 'Soldier, pick up that menial cigarette end.' My first jankers was for causing a fire. In the hard winter of 1940, coal fires were forbidden, except on Sundays. But I was freezing on a Saturday. My bed was on the first floor, directly in line with the North Pole. The window was over the coal shed. With some rope and a length of bucket, it was simple. And that's exactly how he writes it, with some rope and a length of bucket. Edgington went down and filled it, and I'd hold it up. Suddenly, with the full bucket ascending, a snap inspection. 'Orderly officer! Eyes front!' Where else? I turned, managed to face him, arms behind me, and I nearly got away with it. Except Edgington gave a tug on the rope to haul it up, and I was pulled backwards out of the window. The game was up. I blamed Edgington. Edgington blamed me. We blamed the Germans, Florrie Ford, and finally the Warsaw Concerto. Captain Martin gave us a roasting. 'It's a degrading trick, depriving other men of their fuel ration. Indeed, it's a disgrace,' he said, standing with his back to a roaring coal fire on a Monday. Now, most jankers' time was spent lagging the plumbing. This was called up your pipe. Another fatigue was peeling spuds. We delighted in peeling spuds to the size of peas, but it made no difference. They couldn't peel as well. It wasn't too difficult to become a military criminal. Not shaving, dirty boots, calling a sergeant darling, or selling your Bren carrier. Any Sunday down Petticoat Lane, you could find some of the lads selling lorries, jerry cans, bullets, webbing. 'Keep your lovely anti-aircraft guns here.' It got so that military depots were shopping there for supplies. Often London-based regiments sent their quarter blokes out for a gross of 3-inch mortars and a dozen bananas. It was common knowledge that the Caledonian Road Market was a German supply depot. Now, this is the true story behind Hess. He flew here for cut-price black market underwear for the SS, but on arrival, he chickened out when Churchill told him the price, unconditional surrender. An easy way to go on the hooks was not saluting commissioned ranks. You are not saluting the officer. You are saluting the king's uniform. Now, there was a certain gunner Stover who took this as gospel. At Reveille, he would wake Lieutenant Budden with a cup of tea, turn, face Budden's uniform hanging on the wall, salute it, and exit. "There's no need to take it that far, Stover," said Budden. "I can't help it, sir. I come from a military family. If I didn't salute that uniform, I'd feel I was living a lie, sir." "But," reasoned Budden, "when there's no one looking, there's no point. Begging your pardon, sir, but there is. Many a time when I'm alone cleaning up your billet, when I've finished, I face your best battle dress and I salute it. No one sees me, but deep down I know I'm on my honour, alone with tradition." "How long have you been in the army, Stover?" 32 years, sir." "Very good," said Budden. And finally, we had the saluting traps. A crowd of us round the corner smoking would get the tip, "Officer coming," and we were then set off at 10-second intervals and watch as the officer saluted his way to paralysis of the arm. I shall continue rereading this, but I will not bore any of you with reading it again on here. It's a bit unfortunate, but I think one has to be realistic. So I would be looking for something else if Pete and Susie want me to carry on. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed these little snippets. Bye for now, folks.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Bernie. I know Bernie, again, it's like us, he doesn't think, I know he has a few problems the same as us, but he doesn't think he does a very good job at it. Well, honestly, Bernie, everyone loves your voice. You have got that storyteller voice, isn't he? You could, if Bernie was on the TV or anything, reading out something or doing a documentary,
it'd be good newsreader.
It would be fantastic. Yeah. It really would be. So honestly, Bernie, amazing. You should do talking books, because I think you would be brilliant at that. Yeah. I mean, it'd be no good me doing it, or Susan.
Well, no, see,
no, Susan has trouble and I have trouble, so that wouldn't work.
I think the problem is what do people don't realise, if you don't know somebody with dyslexia or you live with somebody with dyslexia, it's not just reading and writing.
No, it's a lot.
A lot of people presume that dyslexia is just reading and writing, and it is not. It's a whole host of problems, and one of them is reading aloud out of a book.
Yeah, I never liked reading aloud. If they ever had to make you do it at school, I just couldn't do it.
Well, I used to get detention for it, believe it or not, because my teachers, because I wasn't actually diagnosed as when I was a child, they put it down to me being lazy and me not doing my homework.
Yeah.
But this is in secondary school. So when I was in primary school, they were more understanding because I had a special needs teacher. I'm not ashamed to admit it, because I did. I was meant to have a special needs teacher when I went to secondary school, but long story short, my mum failed to that happened.
Sort it out.
So any time
she wouldn't get you tested for dyslexia, would she? That was you doing it. Not recently, but a few years ago at the Open University.
When I was in my 30s.
You had to wait.
But as I said, the thing of the story was, because I didn't have the diagnosis, the teachers just decided that I was being lazy and I wasn't doing the homework. It's because I don't recognise words, I have trouble reading words, and it's the same now. I try and do most of these talks from my memory, but luckily I wrote the book, so I don't use long words in my books.
It is a disability, because it does affect all of your life, really, doesn't it?
My short-time
trying to do anything, and having also combine that with depression and social anxiety. I've got those too as well, but that's like extra, and it makes you more anxious because you're knowing that you're making mistakes, and then that makes you make more mistakes, which makes you more anxious. So it's like a never-ending story.
Yeah. Now we're in Lower Slaughter
Lower
Church.
Slaughter. Yeah,
This is the
beautiful
church. Yeah, but as I said, if you, all this, what we've got upstairs.
Apparently paid for by the wall makers. You know, the wall people that done the wall. Yeah, because when I put my last video up, I had this kind gentleman. None of my friends explained it. I didn't mention anything about the wall. I thought sure it was this one, the wall industry.
Wall industry is Chip and Camden.
You sure it wasn't this one?
I thought it was Chip and Camden.
I don't know.
and
I
St
thought it
James.
was this one.
No, it's St James's
Oh,
Church
I don't know,
and Chip
because
and Camden.
somebody
That
pointed
is-
it out.
Yeah, they pointed it out to me as well. But as I pointed out to them, and I keep trying to tell people this, I don't make it a priority to tell the history of the church and the wall merchants and all that.
I just want to show the nice buildings and the nice scenery.
Primary objective, that's the wrong word for me, is to tell the stories behind the graves in the church.
Yeah.
But some people don't seem to understand that. I have tried to explain this to a lot of people, but for some reason it just goes over their head. It does.
Can I just say, we had April the 1st recently, didn't we?
Yes, well done, Bernie.
Yes, Bernie got us with an amazing story because I didn't even think it was. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, he was so well done.
And it was so crafted in a beautiful way. It could have been so true.
Yes.
And luckily I didn't take it any further because he'd come up with this thing about station was going to have to put a train line through the town to bring in some solar panels. Now you could see him doing that because the roadworks we have here, we've just had more roadworks again, and they are talking about building solar farms in a lot of places. And he come up with a cracking one, and it's so believable. But sadly, I don't think he's going to top it. I don't think you can top something like that, Bernie, but I'm sure we'll be watching out just in case.
Yeah.
Now, if there is a train line suddenly pop up, I'll blame you for that, giving them the idea.
Now, we've got to watch the time because we can actually see how long we've got left now.
Yeah, we got a bit left, so
we're on 27 and it's 32.
I think so, yeah.
So
what I'm saying, I just want to say, hopefully I'm trying to move over to Mac from Windows because I got a bit fed up of Windows. Because I picked up a Mini Mac M1 for £80 because I had some vouchers from CEX.
Yeah, you can sell them.
Which apparently, if you the pronunciation is sex because it's CEX, and people, yeah, that's what they say.
Okay.
Because I'm taking stuff into sex, but it is called CEX.
I thought it was CEX.
It is CEX, but it's called sex, not as an S, but it's a C. But anyway, we always call it CEX because it's better to say that.
Well, I just thought it was pronounced CEX.
People talking about it on YouTube and all sorts like that. But no, I took some stuff in, some camera gear, and they do a trade-in. You get vouchers.
You get it for 100 years.
Yeah, something like that, the voucher. So you got plenty of time to spend it. They do a lot of stuff. It is a bit...
It's that strange woman again.
It is a bit hit and miss because sometimes you can get an item that's brand new and looks like it's never been used, and sometimes you can get items that have got bits missing and leads missing and stuff like that. So, but I got M1 Mini Mac, basic one, but it's a really nice one, a lot faster than my PC. So I'm slowly going to move over to that.
So now you'll see us walking down
towards the mill.
Down towards the mill.
Yes. So
but he didn't have a coffee because he thinks that most coffees are disgusting.
No, it's a coffee out of a little van, and most of those are just
disgusting
instant rubbish, aren't they?
Yes, absolutely disgusting.
It's just a waste of money. I mean, I'd rather not bother. I'd rather had a drink out of that water there. Look, that looks quite clean.
I will actually say, if this turns out well, please let us know. Because we need to know because
we're trying out a new recording system. So at the moment we're watching the video and recording sound over it.
Yes.
Normally, I put all the video clips together, render them up, and then we record the sound in a separate sound program, and then I just drag it in. But this time we're sort of doing it. I mean, Bernie does a lot of overdubs when he's doing it. If he's got something wrong or if he wants to point out something, and it's a great way of doing it, I think. Because you can suddenly say, "Oh look, there's a little well there that would have been there," and now we're walking down to past this house. There's one for sale just down here, which looks nice, but I bet it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And just past this is the well.
Right. Okay. So
the water mill.
Yeah, we are now on say 30.
Yeah, we've got a few minutes.
We've got about 2 minutes. So in that 2 minutes, what we say is, so don't forget to pop over to my channel if you want to know what we got up to. It was quite fun. And that's the Dyslexic Explorer's Notebook.
Yes.
That is. If you want to not hear me rabbiting, go over to Pete's Facebook page, which is...
It'll be up on
This
you'll
one.
You'll be knowing it 'cause it'll be on this one. But
Yeah.
I've also got a Pete's PlayStation 5 or PS5 Adventures channel,
Yeah, so
which I play games on PlayStation 5.
yeah, which is quite
I've only
interesting.
got 12 people subscribed to that, so please go and subscribe and watch some of my videos.
I know, the poor little
I
man,
know.
aren't you? So
Actually, that one's for sale there. That looks nice. I bet that's expensive.
pop in and have a look.
I will have a look.
We like it doing it. It's a good way to do it because we can actually explain to you what's going on in their videos.
Yeah,
Because if you do it the other way, we're just trying to guess what you're looking at because we're just recording
because
it.
then we record it, and then I have to drag it in and put it over the timeline, and so obviously it wouldn't match up.
No.
So we can't point out particular things. But there's a nice little bridge there coming up.
Yeah, it's really old. You can
Yeah,
see
yeah.
how.
Over
If you
the
look,
water.
you can see how old, and they're there. You can see the little drive down.
Yeah, you
Where you
can,
would've-
Yeah, you could have. It says at the top only horses can go in, so they let horses in there, but so they don't want people in, especially kids, because.
But that little drop is where you would have washed your wheels on your cart and all.
Yeah, more likely. Yeah.
Yeah. And it gets very it gets very narrow around this bit here.
Yeah, you've got to be
'Cause
careful
it-
when you walk
yeah.
around the corner. You'll see it's quite narrow.
So if you're walking side
Just
by
past
side,
this
just
house.
remember that when you get to this point here, right
Yeah,
there, it's a single file.
It's quite narrow
yeah,
there.
See,
And
single file.
There's the old mill. Now that was up for sale, maybe last year, and it's
Yeah,
going.
they brought, yeah.
Yeah, it's going for just over $1 million.
But they reckon it's going to be a museum.
Yeah, you did get, most of that bit, what you can see there, and the land next to it, and apparently a place to put boats around
We're
the
going to
back.
have to say goodbye now because we're coming up to the last second,
Yeah.
for each couple of
Yeah,
seconds.
so we're gonna
So
have
thank
to
you
go.
for listening and thank you for watching and please let us know what you think.
Yeah,
So
if
until
it
next
sounds all right and all,
until next week, take care and keep on listening to Words and Music.
recommendations on YouTube, which is you'll see